Today we're going to read Chapter 6, Giving. Elf Wendy clapped her hands together. She said it is time for us to browse around, except for please do not break the toys, and please do not eat the candy canes, and please do not blow our nose on the handkerchiefs. I skipped to table 2 real excited, because I already saw something that I loved. Crayons! They got crayons, I said, very thrilled. I picked them up and looked inside. Look, the red has a sharp head, and greenie is not even a stubby. I breathed their brand new smell. I would love to buy these things, I said. Just then, my friend Herbert pulled me over to the table. Tattoos, they've got tattoos, Junie B, and they really look real, he said. I did a gasp at those things. There were pirate tattoos and dragon tattoos and dinosaur tattoos and kitty cat tattoos. Plus, also, they had a nice variety of swamp animals. Whoa, that is all the tattoos a kid could ever dream of, I said. I would love to buy those things. Then all of a sudden, my eyes glanced over at table 3, and my whole entire mouth fell open. It was glow-in-the-dark barrettes, I yelled real excited. I've always wanted these things. Cool, said Herb. I know they are cool, Herbert, I said, because if you lose your hair in the dark, you will always be able to find it. Just then, I felt a tap on my shoulder. I spun around. It was May. You shouldn't be wanting to buy gifts for yourself, Junie Jones, she said. We're here to buy gifts for others. I put my hands over my ears. Whoops, bad news, I can't hear you, I said. May raised up her voice. It is nicer to give than to receive, she shouted. Giving is the spirit of the holiday season. I am a giver. I give and I give and I give and I give. Just then, I thought I heard another voice. I turned to look. Mr. Scary was calling out some words to us, I think. Yeah, only I can't actually hear you. I've got my hands over my ears, I called back. He walked over to me and took my hands away. His face did not look happy. You two aren't having another problem, are you? He asked. I shook my head, very rapid. Nope, no sirree, no problem, I said. I was just being thrilled at these gifts. That's all I was doing. May stood up real proud. And I was just telling her to be a giver like me, she said. My mother says that some people are born to be givers and other people are born to be shellfish. She glanced her eyes at me. I stood there very puzzled. Then I looked up at Mr. Scary. I don't even care for shellfish, I said. He did a little smile. He said May and I could browse some more, but to please keep our voices down. Only what do you know? As soon as he said that, we heard one of the loudest noises of the day. And it's called, ha! Someone in room 1 did the giantest burp in the world. Our heads spun around to see, and we could not believe our eyeballs. Lucille? It was Lucille, we shouted. Then all of us started laughing at once. Lucille burped. She burped. We hollered again. I didn't even know rich people burped, I said. Me neither, said Sheldon. I am pleasantly surprised. Lucille stamped her expensive foot. But I didn't burp. I didn't, she yelled. She held up a round toy in her hand. It looked like a beanbag, sort of. It was this thing, she said. This thing burped, not me. Lucille gave it a squeeze. And ha! Another giant burp. Room 1 laughed until our sides hurt. Even May was laughing. Plus, Mr. Scary was laughing too. A good burp can bring the whole world together, I tell you. Mr. Scary went to table 5, and he read us some information about that toy. It costs $5, and it is called Squeeze-A-Burp, he said. All of us clapped at that silly name. A squeeze-a-burp, we hollered. Squeeze the squeeze-a-burp again, Mr. Scary. Mr. Scary smiled, but he shook his head no, and he put it back on the table. I think we've had enough burping for one day, don't you? He said. Room 1 did a groan. Ah, how can you have too much burping, said Jose. Burping is pure entertainment. Sheldon nodded. I agree. My grandpa can burp the Star-Spangled Banner, he said. I've been trying to bring him in for show and tell, but he's booked solid. I looked at Sheldon, very admiring. He comes from a talented family, I think. After that, all of the children hurried to table 5, and we gathered around Squeeze-a-Burps. We read the writing on one of the bags. It said, Squeeze-a-Burp, world's biggest belch in a bag. That gift is a genius, I said. I would love, love, love to buy that thing. Who wouldn't, said Lenny. See, said Jose, even my grandmother would love a belch in a bag. Shirley slumped her shoulders. I just wish it didn't cost $5 whole, she said. $5 is a lot of money for a burp. Yeah, said Sheldon. Except for my grandpa, everyone in my family still burps for free. After that, all of the children walked away to browse some more. Only not me. I just kept standing there, because the Squeeze-a-Burp was the funnest gift I ever heard of. And I had to have one of those things, I tell you. I just had to. Chapter 7 is called Doing the Math. That day, I ran home from my bus stop speedy fast, because Wednesday is Grandpa Miller's day to babysit my baby brother Ollie, and when I need money, Frank Miller is the man to talk to. I yelled for him at the top of my voice. Grandpa Miller, hey Grandpa Miller, I need you, I hollered out. He called up from the basement. Junie B, is that you? I'm down here with Ollie. We're fixing the dryer. I hurried down there as fast as I could. Ollie was sitting in the laundry basket. He was hammering his shoe with his red plastic hammer. I patted him on his head. Ollie has a screw loose, I think. After that, I raced to my grandpa and I climbed up on the dryer. I am so glad you're here, Grandpa Miller. On account of Friday, I have to buy gifts at the school gift shop and Mother is giving me $5. I grabbed him by his shirt collar. But I need more, Frank. I need $5 whole more, because 5 and 5 is 10, and $10 will buy me everything I want. My grandpa did a chuckle. You sweet girl. You don't need to spend a lot of money on gifts for Grandma and me, he said. $1 apiece is just fine, and I'm sure your mother and Daddy and Ollie feel the same way. He put me down from the dryer. It's not how much a gift costs that makes it special, Junie B, he said. It's the thought that counts. I looked at that man. I was not making myself clear, apparently. Okay, here's the deal, I said. Grandpas have to give their grandgirls how much money we want. It's the rules. Grandpa Miller raised his eyebrows. Oh, it is it? He said. After that, he chuckled some more, and he went behind the dryer again. I scratched my head. This attitude was throwing me for a loop. I climbed back up on the dryer, and I tapped on his head. How come you're not getting this, Grandpa? It's so simple, I said. I need $5, and you have $5. Boom, do the math. Grandpa Miller looked up at me. Boom, do the math, he said. Is that what you just said? Then all of a sudden, he did a loud hoot of laughing. Boom, do the math. That's priceless, he said. I crossed my arms, very annoyed, because boom, do the math is not a laughing matter. I got down from the dryer, very grouchy. Oh, just never mind the whole thing, I grumped. Then I started to go back upstairs, but Grandpa called me back. Whoa, don't go away mad, he said. I turned around. And wait till you hear this. That man is taking money out of his wallet. You're going to do all right in life, kid, he said real nice. And then he gave me $5 whole. Thank you, Grandpa, thank you, I said. Then I gave him my biggest hug ever, and I ran upstairs to tell Philip Johnny Bob. Philip Johnny Bob is her stuffed elephant. Oh, she's going to tell you that. Philip Johnny Bob is my bestest stuffed elephant. I have known him ever since he got manufactured. I picked him up and threw him in the air. The Squeeze-a-Burp, Philip! I'm going to get the Squeeze-a-Burp, I hollered real joyful. Philip looked down from the air. He said to please stop throwing him. I caught him all safe and sound. Then I sat him on my pillow and I told him all about the gift shop. Plus, I showed him the list of gift items. The gift shop is where you go to buy things for others. Mostly, I said. And so I'm going to buy one little toy for just myself, and that's all. Because one little toy is not even being shellfish. Right, Phil? Right? Right, said Philip. Plus, a good burp is something the whole family can enjoy. Exactly. That's what I think too, I said. Plus, everyone will still get their own entire gift that costs $1. And so what could be nicer than that? You are a giver, said Philip. I patted him for that nice comment. Then both of us looked at my list of gifts again, and we read all the stuff that only costs $1. Philip tapped his trunk. It's hard to choose, isn't it? He said. There are some very lovely gift items. Then all of a sudden, Philip's eyes popped right out of his head. Tattoos, he said. They have tattoos? Yes, Philip. They have 5 different kinds of tattoos, and all of them really, really look real, I said. Oh, he said, you can't go wrong with tattoos. I clapped very happy. I agree, I said. And so it is all settled, Philip. I will buy everyone their very own tattoos, and that will use up my whole $10. It works out perfect. Me and Philip Johnny Bob did a high five. Then we flopped back on my pillow, and we smiled and smiled. Friday is going to be fun, I said, because in the morning I will buy presents, and in the afternoon, room 1 will have our Secret Santa party. Philip jumped in the air. Gifts and a Secret Santa party? What can be better than that? We flopped back on my pillow again. Then all of a sudden, I did a little frown, because I just remembered something very important. Uh-oh, I said. Uh-oh? Asked Philip. I did a gulp. I forgot about the Secret Santa gift, Philip. I have to buy a Secret Santa gift for dumb old May. Philip shrugged his shoulders. Yeah, so? He said. So all of my $10 is already used up, I said. And so where will I get the money for May? Philip looked strange at me. From Mother and Daddy, of course. Money for school presents is their job, Junie B., not yours. I felt relief in me. Phew, yes, you're right, Phil. It is their job, I said. Plus, a gift for May won't even cost that much, hardly. Right, said Philip. Any dumb old gift will do for May. I shook my finger at him. Hey, 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 that is not a good attitude, mister, I said. Then both of us started laughing, and we couldn't even stop.